So how this ureter has come up
From the
because
helium.
from the helium, not helium.
Sorry,
Okay.
helium.
In the median surface of each kidney and connects behind with the urinary bladder. This urinary bladder, this pipe only they are talking about. This pipe only called ureter. Okay, this whole it is like a bag. That bag is called urinary bladder, where all the urine will stores here. The urinary bladder. Okay, and in the bladder in the lower part of the abdomen, that is below the abdomen. Stomach part is so below that abdomen. So abdomen, the front end of the ureter is somewhat expanded into a kidney. The front end of the ureter, the front end of the ureter is somewhat expanded into a kidney and is called pelvis. Oh, this portion, pelvic portion. This part is expanded for women, not for the men. Okay, correct. Why? Why? Because it was expanded. See that pelvic portion that we used to say pelvic portion only. Correct, pelvic portion it was expanded into a kidney. Why? Why? Because why for a female body it was expanded because so the female body only bear the fetus. Okay, the pregnancy is related to male female body, not to the male body. So if the stomach has to come front, right? So it has to balance. ಸೊ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬೋನು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇರುವಂಥ ಪೋಸ್ಚರು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳದ್ದು ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಪೆಲ್ವಿಕ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಮೇಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ. So what I mean by pelvis, that is a basic arc up. The urine produced in the kidney constantly flows through the ureter. Whatever the urine is produced in the kidney, it is constantly flows into the ureter and collects in the urinary bladder. Okay. So the urine is intermittently emptied from the urinary bladder into the outside of the body through the urethra. So through the urethra, you will pass the urine. Okay. So the opening of the ureter into the urinary bladder, the opening of the opening of ureter into the urinary bladder are somewhat projecting and act like a valves to prevent the backflow of the urine. When the bladder contracts to pass out the urine, that means it has some closing and opening. And it acts like a ball. Why? Because the urine has to come from the kidney, then to the ureter, then into the urinary bladder. ಬಂದಿರೋ urine, it doesn't flow like back. ಅದು ಹಿಂದೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು urine. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, it acts like a valve, nothing but a ball. ಸೊ ಅದ ಥರ it act ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Okay, back flow to prevent the back flow of the urine when the bladder contracts to pass out the urine. Okay, a sphincter, very important you guys. What is sphincter? It is a circular muscle. It was there. It was there.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಯಾರೋ ಗೀತಾ ಅಂತೆ.
Coming and going, coming and going. Let it be. Okay. So what is sphincter? It is a circular muscle that guards the opening of the bladder into urethra. Here. So ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ it was acts like a tap. In the tap, when the water will flow,
When we turn
we will turn the tap. So that it acts like sphincter acts like a tap.
Okay.
So whenever the urination urgent ಅನ್ಸ್ದಾಗ it acts like a tap. So turn it, we will pass it. Okay, that is sphincter is a circular muscle guards the opening of the bladder into the urethra and relaxes only at the time of the urination. So we will pass the urine, that is called micturition. Passing of the urine at the terminal, that is micturition or micturition under the impulse from the brain. So it is interconnected. So when we will feel very happy, when we will pass the urine, that is completely connected with the brain. Okay. So this is again important, kidney shape. This whole part is cortex, and this one is hilum, and this is the outer layer is called renal capsule, and here like fan-like structures are there. They are called renal column, and these are pyramid, and the wall are called papillae, and this is ureter, and this is the pelvis region, and this is the cortex. Okay, you have to remember the parts of the kidney. This is kidney is a longitudinal section. Now this is A is simplified. This is along with the blood supply. How it will supply the blood? See, this completely the renal column was not there. This is completely with the blood. It is occupied with the blood. What are things have like along with cavity? This is renal artery that that is interconnected with that heart. The circulatory system. Whatever we will finish off that later. Renal artery. And
which
this
carries
is a vein.
the blood to the heart.
From
the
heart,
from
heart
aorta.
No, that carries the blood from heart to the body, that is artery. Veins is from the body to the heart again. It will pump back. So renal artery and the renal vein. So this artery will always carry impure blood, whereas the renal vein always carry a pure blood. So this is pelvis region again. This is a cortex. This is medulla. This is a pyramid, and ureter carries the urine into a urinary bladder. Go and switch on the light. After finishing off, just to intimate me, I will give all the exercise questions. Second, next is structure of kidney tubule. Structure of kidney tubule. Each kidney tubule has the following parts. Very, very important. Kidney tubule they are talking about. There is a kidney tubule. The whole this is okay. Tubes, individual tube. What are the functions we have to remember? Okay. First one is Bowman's capsule. Second one is proximal or the first convoluted tubule, that is called PCT. Next, then middle U-shaped, that is loop of Henle, or distal convoluted tubule, that is DCT. Totally, you have to remember the first one, number 2, then number 3, number 4. Mainly the fourth thing. Okay. So first thing, the each kidney tubule has the following parts. First in Bowman's capsule, first you have to know the parts first. A single renal uriniferous tubule, highly diagrammatic. Okay. So what is this? This is a capsule, and this is called Bowman capsule. And Bowman capsule, the name of the scientist it was. Okay. Bowman's capsule, like a cup-like structure, it will hold the even the blood, some blood vessels, everything. It will hold. Okay, that's like a cup. So this is efferent arteriole, that is it was narrow, and afferent arteriole it is wide. It was narrow. Here wide is there. The width. Okay. Next is glomerulus, that is capillary network. Inside there is a network-like structure. That network is called glomerulus capillary network. Okay. And next is ah, so this the cup, the Bowman's capsule is interconnected by like a chain-like structure. The first thing, this is called first convoluted tubule. Next it will go down, and this is a loop of Henle. The name loop of Henle. It is a U shape. And next a second, this is a second convoluted tubule. Again it was like a, say it is like a snake shape, correct? Or like a U shape. First convoluted tubule it is. This is second one, second convoluted tubule. This is called PCT. This is called DCT. And whatever this is completely, you know that this is a red color is artery, and this blue is a vein color. Okay, renal vein, and this is renal artery. Where is renal artery here? Eಲ್ಲಿದೆ artery? Renal artery. Okay, so this red color indication of artery. Okay, it will carry some blood from heart to the lungs, so heart to the lungs, lungs to the body directly. Then body means nothing but illy, especially it was kidney, and this is a veins. Okay, now this is a descending limb. Okay, so like it acts like a network. So this whatever the loop of Henle, it was Bowman's capsule. It is a first convoluted tubule, but the shape is like that. They have given a different names. That's it. Okay. So after this, everything is flow off. What happens? They do the collecting duct. After that, urine will only flows. Urine pass ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನು filter ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Okay. Bowman's capsule. It is a thin-walled, a single-cell, thick epithelium cup. It was thin-walled. What is Bowman's capsule? About this. It is like an arch shape, a carved shape. It was thin-walled, thick epithelium, single-cell, thick epithelium cup. It was covered. It is a thin-walled cup, something like a hollow ball pressed deep on one side. For example, if a balloon is there, if it balloon keep on pressing a balloon, okay. Otherwise, take any object, like it was a arch shape, take a balloon, okay, keep on pressing it. It will take the object shape. Yeah, correct. So like that it is also. It was a thin walled, and it was a hollow ball inside when it is pressed on one side. Okay, when it is pressed, its hollow internal space continues into the tubule. So this hollow shape is there, but it was continuous like a tube-like structure. Okay, tubule, that is tube-like structure. The outer concavity of the cup lodges are not like mass of a blood capillary. It is called glomerulus. Means inside the Bowman capsule there will be a blood vessels. These blood vessels are called nothing but a glomerulus. Inside the Bowman's capsule, glomerulus will be there. Those glomerulus are blood vessels. Okay. The Bowman's capsule and the glomerulus together are called Malpighian capsule or renal capsule. Simply the name together. the Bowman's capsule along with the glomerulus capsule together, the name it is called Malpighian or Malpighian capsule or renal capsule. The name you should remember the term. Second one, Bowman's capsule, glomerulus oval. Next, move on to proximal, or also called the first convoluted tubule. That means whatever the Bowman capsule, the continuity part of the tubule. So this continuity part of the Bowman's capsule is nothing but a first convoluted tubule, that is called PCT. Okay. So PCT, that is first convoluted tubule. What is this? It is a starting convoluted region of the tubule, that is proximal, means nearer, or to the first. Proximity means nearer, the first one, nearer to the Bowman's capsule. Near to the Bowman's capsule, which is the first, it was a continuous tubule-like structure, that the name indicates that convoluted tubule. Just connecting part of the Bowman's capsule. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ವಲ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಯೂಲ್. Okay, it's a starting convoluted region of the tubule. It was, that means what is proximal meaning nearer to the Bowman's capsule. Next, both this Bowman's capsule and the proximal convoluted tubule part lie in the cortex, giving it a dotted appearance in sectional view, like a mirror. If you see the realistic one of the kidney shape, this one, it gives like a dot structure. Yaudu this one, Bowman's capsule, not glomerulus, Bowman's capsule and the first convoluted tubule. It looks like a dot-like structure, dotted appearance in a view when we will see the realistic one. Okay, next, what is middle U-shaped part? See, now this is Bowman's capsule over. Now this is first convoluted tubule over. Now coming to this continuity part of the first convoluted tubule, that is called, this is U-shaped. What is this U-shaped? Middle U-shaped part called loop of Henle. Okay, this part is called loop of Henle. That is a middle U-shaped part. It was a middle here and here. For this, it was a middle. Correct. So loop of Henle. It is a shaped like a hairpin. Like, correct, like a U-pin. Like a U-pin, hairpin. It is not convoluted, means that means it was not twisted. It runs in the medulla to turn back and re-enter in the cortex to continue the next convoluted region of the tubule. That means what they are saying, it turns in the medulla. That means it was not continuous. It was not in a continuous. It will take turn back, like to give the continuity. Okay. So where it will turn? It run in the medulla and turn back and to re-enter into the cortex to continue the next convoluted region. Which is the next convoluted region? It is second convoluted tubule. We are talking about only the yellow color, yellow part. Okay. Now the second convoluted tubule is called DCT. Simply, this loop of Henle, what is the helpful? This acts like a hairpin, means it is the shape of the middle U-shaped part, or loop of Henle is hairpin shape, and it was convoluted. It runs in the medulla and it will turn back and re-enter into the next cortex to give the next, what is this? DCT, that is second convoluted tubule. Correct. What do you mean by D? D means distal convoluted tubule. What is PCT? P means proximal convoluted tubule. Okay, distal convoluted tubule. That means again lying in the cortex. This overall region is cortex region only. In the end part of the kidney tubule, the distal means farther. Means compared to the Bowman's capsule, the second, that is the DCT, was farther from the Bowman's capsule. It is not to the nearer one. Hence it is the name distal. Distal means farther. Okay. So farther or away from the Bowman's capsule, it opens into the collecting duct. Now what happens after the second convoluted tubule, that is DCT? It will open. There will be an opening is there. That opening is called collecting duct. Okay. The collecting duct receives, what it will receive? It will receives contents of many kidney tubules and pours it as urine. Means it will collect. It will takes all the contents in the kidney as from the kidney tubules, everything. Then it will pours it as a urine. Okay, in the pelvis of a kidney. This is overall urine flow. Henle loops and collecting ducts lie in the medulla, giving it a striped appearance in a sectional view. Very important. Henle loop and one more collecting duct. This is, see, this is what is the reason? This is medulla. This is cortex portion and this is medulla portion. Okay. The cortex portion ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇದೆ? Bowman's capsule ಇದೆ, glomerulus ಇದೆ, then the PCT ಇದೆ, DCT ಇದೆ. But Henle loop and the collecting duct is in medulla part. Okay. ಗಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ನಾವು. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ, ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ನಾವು ಇದು ಒಂದು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. One section we have did that. Okay, so this is about structure of kidney tubule. Simple, by explaining the diagram you can say. Okay, so the simple way, first you have to start with Bowman's capsule. Totally there are 4 parts mainly. Bowman's capsule, next is PCT,
Glomerulus.
no, okay, glomerulus, that
And
is
then-
inside. In the Bowman's
Ah.
capsule we will explain mainly 4 parts. Bowman's capsule, then PCT, then Henle loop, then DCT, then conducting duct. Over. Now in the Bowman's capsule you have to what you have to say, it was a thin walled hollow ball, and it will continue into your tubule. Okay, and there will be a, inside the Bowman's capsule there will be a knot like mass of the blood capillaries or blood vessels. So those are called what? Glomerulus. So this glomerulus and Bowman's capsule together we termed it as Malpighian capsule, or it is also called renal capsule. Okay, this is first part over. Now moving to PCT, and is connecting part of the this Bowman's capsule. Proximal convoluted tubule, that is PCT. It is a starting convoluted region tubule, means nearer to the Bowman's capsule. Next, so both this PCT and the Bowman's capsule, where it will lie? It in the cortex part. Okay, this is also MCQ question. Cortex part. Next, third one. Again you come back to the U-shaped part, that is called middle U-shaped part, called loop of Henle. Again this one, what is the shape of this U-shaped Henle? It is hairpin shape. Hairpin shape, and it runs in the medulla, correct, medulla part, and turn back to enter into a cortex. This portion is cortex, this portion is medulla. That's it. Next, distal convoluted tubule. Again ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. Distal convoluted tubule, DCT. So it is the end part of the kidney, important point, which is the end part of the kidney tubule, that is distal convoluted tubule. End part. Okay, this means why it is the name distal? Distal means then farther one. For what? It was farther from the Bowman's capsule. Okay, then this opening end of the DCT, that is called collecting duct. Okay, here what is the collecting duct? Collecting duct, the name itself indicates, it will collect all the contents from the kidney tubules. So that collecting the contents, it will pour it as a urine. Okay, now Henle loop and the collecting ducts are present in the medulla. That's it, very easy. Yeah, you can remember. Okay, now some extra. Now some extra point we can know that uriniferous tubules. What is this? Tiny, so many, and for so much. Total number in both kidneys approximately 2 million. Okay, uriniferous tubules. Okay, each single tubule is 4 to 5 centimeter long. This is extra point. No need to write this. Okay, total length of the all tubule together is more than 60 kilometer. Okay, this great length provides a huge surface for the reabsorption of the usable substance, especially water, as contents move from them. This is important. Blood flowing through kidney per minute is 1 liter. Blood flowing through kidney ಮುಖಾಂತರ 1 ನಿಮಿಷಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಪರ್ ಮಿನಿಟ್ಗೆ 1 ಲೀಟರ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಪಂಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್. Glomerular filtrate produced in 24 hours, that is 160 liter. Your body ಎಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ?
Body around 500 million RBCs produce.
500 million RBCs. I'm saying how many liters of blood we have in the
ಅದೇ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದೇ.
That is 5 to 6 liters of blood. Okay, everything is water content, it is mixed up with. Glomerulus filtrate, this is acts like a filtration. Glomerulus acts like a filtration for the unwanted thing. It is present in the, especially the sugary content, the protein, more protein content, more fat content, more cholesterol content, everything whatever it is there inside the blood. How it will come? Based on the food what we will eat. It acts like a filtration. Filter ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so glomerular filtrate produced in 24 hours is 160 liter. Urine produced from glomerular filtrate after reabsorption per day is 1.2 liter, or 1 liter we will do urination. That means 1 liter we are passing a urine, means how many liters we have to intake to our body? 3 to 4 liters. Okay, an adult he should take 4. For you it is 3 to 4 liters. Okay, for him it is 2 to 3 liters. So for a completely adult person it was 4 to 5 liters. Means to get a healthy body. Next is blood supply to the kidney tubule. Okay, blood supply. How the for the kidney tubule the blood supply will take place? A pair of renal arteries branch off from the dorsal aorta to enter into the respective kidney. First, for this exam, they will leave this one. Just write down like key points what you understood. Otherwise, you will forget. This is only important for your exam now. This one you have to remember: the kidney, hilum, urinary bladder, pelvis, then sphincter, that is urination or micturition, then the structure of kidney tubule. Have you written that? Over? How many numbers are there?
Only one.
Only one also. Boundary. Let's see.
Oh, 0.
ನೋಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
ವಾಪಸ್
ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ kidney collection. First.
ಇವಾಗೇನು ಬರೀಬೇಕು ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಗೋದಿನ
Structure of the kidney tubule. What you understood? Just keywords. I'll give the questions. To be there. How many chapters you have?
Ma'am, I think 5.
These lines and angles completed.
Ma'am, I was doing this exercise.
Okay. Which chapter you are perfect? Okay. Do one thing. The first exercise, exercise number 2.1, exercise number 3.1, exercise number 4.1, 5.1, 6.1, 7.1. Do all the first exercise of all the chapters without saying. Huh? Bowman's caption, bowl shape. Is it there? The word is there.
ಬೌಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಾಫ್ ಬಾಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮಲ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ
If you are using the blood vessel, you have to blood capillaries. You have to mention this only.
ಮಾಡಿ ಓಕೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮಲ್
Convoluted. Don't see whatever you
ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್
understand.
ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬಂದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ
Henley loop.
ಹೆಂಡಿ
Loop of Henley or Henley loop.
ಅಲ್ಲ PCT ಮತ್ತು ಲೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದೇ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು ಪಾಯಿಂಟು.
No.
ಅದನ್ನು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್
No, no,
ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್
separate is there.
then you will have 5 points. Okay.
Bowman's capsule, PCT proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, and collecting duct. Okay. This one I will just take down. Means it opens into collecting duct was there. So that is fifth one we can make it collecting duct. Now coming to blood supply to the kidney tubules. How the blood supply, how the blood is supplied to the kidney tubules means all these things, the renal column and the renal capsule, how it will get some blood flow. First one, you know that already renal artery and the renal vein, correct? So which will carry some blood, it carries that is impure blood is carried by the renal artery, that is this color, no, red color, correct, renal artery. So renal artery branch off, means cut from the dorsal aorta to enter into the respective. So aorta, you know the picture of the heart, everything. So from the aorta to enter the respective kidney, each renal artery branches and rebranches several times to give rise to arterioles. That means this
Branch
renal-
of artery.
So here see this is a glomerulus capsule, correct? This is Bowman's capsule and this is glomerulus. This renal arteries, whatever it is there, it keeps on branching and rebranching several times to give arterioles. The name you should remember, arterioles. Each such arteriole enters to the Bowman's capsule, ilirole.
Afferent reticulum.
Okay, that whenever it will enters arteriole, which enters into the Bowman's capsule, the name is called afferent arteriole. There will be two things we have to remember: afferent and efferent. What is the difference? Afferent and efferent.
Brings the
Afferent
blood.
means to bring the blood inside the kidney. So this efferent means
Carry away.
carry away from the kidney to the other part. Afferent, efferent. Okay, A means enter. E means outside,
Out.
going out. That is exit. Okay. So this afferent Bowman's capsule under the name afferent arteriole, afferent means to bring to. This afferent arteriole breaks into the number of capillaries, which form a knot-like mass called glomerulus. Again in detailing structure extra quantity. Closely fitting inside the Bowman's capsule. It is fitted with the Bowman's capsule. Now what happens? This is the first point. Now move to second point. Only 2 points are there. Now next one. Reuniting capillaries of the glomerulus form the efferent arteriole. That means efferent means to carry away from the Bowman's capsule in the glomerulus in the, it will keep on dividing. Again it will carry away from the kidney to the other part. The efferent arteriole, after emerging from the Bowman's capsule, breaks into a secondary capillary network. Here one. Again it will break. This is called secondary capillary network, also called vasa recta or vasa recta, which surrounds the renal tubule. Okay, where is the renal tubule? Here it is not there. Where is the renal tubule?
Renal artery ಮತ್ತು renal vein,
Renal
renal tubule ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Inside means still vein is not came. Only artery we are talking. So inside the renal artery there will be tubules. Separate mention is not there. Okay. So arteriole after emerging from the Bowman's capsule runs a the efferent arteriole after emerging from the Bowman's capsule runs a short distance and breaks up. into
Okay.
secondary capillary network that is called vasa recta, which surrounds the renal tubules. ಇದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ tubules that is capillaries, and rejoin to form a vein. Again it will see break down ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, again it will rejoin. Now again what it will form? It will form
Veins.
veins. ನೋಡಿ, these are all artery, this is veins. Blue
Hmm.
color will come into veins. It forms a veins. By uniting again and again with the other veins of the kidney, ultimately forms renal vein. This whole part is renal vein,
Okay.
which leaves the kidney at the median surface to pour the blood into posterior vena cava. Again it will split, again it will pass. This is renal vein outside. This is renal vein. This is the entry part, renal artery, entry part. This is exit part, renal vein.
Vein.
So blood supply ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಗ್ಲೊಮೆರುಲಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸುಲ್. Then again it will united, again it will breaks, again it will form, then it will combine with the vein, again it will exit point. Okay, this is not at all important. Just you have to remember afferent and efferent. Now moving to the functions of the kidney, production of the function of the kidney. What is the main function of the kidney? Production of the urine. Okay, the main function of the kidney is production of the urine. How it will produce the urine? There will be 3 steps are there for the production of the urine. First one, ultrafiltration. Number 2, reabsorption. Number 3, tubular secretion. Okay, ultrafiltration, reabsorption and tubular secretion. First one is ultrafiltration. What is ultrafiltration? Name itself indicates filtration. It should be even more filtered. That means the blood flows through the glomerulus capsule under great pressure, which is much greater than in the capillaries elsewhere. That means under the glomerulus, in the bonus capsule, whatever present in the glomerulus capillaries, for them they have more pressure. Okay, compared to the outside, outside is blood flow is present. Okay, that is capillaries are present. The reason why it has more pressure means the reason for this is greater pressure is that of efferent, that is outgoing arteriole is the narrower than the afferent arteriole. That means what you can see now. So this is narrow and this is wide. Okay, this is wide. So here from the renal artery the blood is entering. It was wide. ಬರ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಗ it will create more pressure. Okay, got it now. So great pressure, why? Because the reason for this is the afferent, that is outgoing arteriole is narrower than the incoming arteriole. This is incoming, this is outgoing.
Okay.
Okay, so this high pressure, that is called hydrostatic pressure, causes the liquid part of the blood to filter out. Whatever the blood is flowing, the blood contain water content, correct? So what it will do, the blood to filter out from the glomerulus. This glomerulus main thing is filtration only. So it will do filtration. This filtration filtered out from the glomerulus into renal tubule. This filtration under the extraordinary force, that force is called ultrafiltration. Already in renal artery, through the renal artery, the blood is moving. Along with some water content will be there. So then complete blood na fill blood ಮತ್ತು water ಎರಡು ಇದೆ. It will act like a filtrate. Water ಎಲ್ಲ separate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, blood separate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So the water ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, that acts like a urine. So during the ultrafiltration, almost all the liquid part of the blood, that is especially the plasma along with the most of the organic and inorganic substance including urea, glucose, amino acids, everything. You know already the organic and inorganic substances present in the urea, uric acid, that you know everything, correct? Comes out of the glomerulus and passes into the funnel shaped cavity called Bowman's capsule. So ಇದರಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬಂದು ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸೂಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ನೀರು. Okay. This is water, this is blood, this is completely water. The fluid entering the renal tubule is called glomerular filtrate. ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈ ಗ್ಲಾಮೆರುಲಿಂದ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ನೀರು ಇಳ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ, ಸೊ ನೀರು ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದು ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ಗ್ಲಾಮೆರುಲರ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಗ್ಲಾಮೆರುಲರ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಯೂರಿಯಾ, ಸಾಲ್ಟ್, ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಾ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಈ ಗ್ಲಾಮೆರುಲಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಏನು ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಟರ್, ಯೂರಿಯಾ, ಸಾಲ್ಟ್, ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಾ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್. The thicker part of the blood left behind in the glomerulus after ultrafiltration, namely the 3 kinds of corpuscles, protein and other large molecules, are carried forward through the efferent arteriole. For this they are saying blood will carry here and the water is carry here. Okay. Okay. Thus the blood proceeding away from the glomerulus is relatively the thick. See now, this is afferent arteriole which is wide. This is efferent arteriole, this is a narrow one. So here everything it is this glomerulus is acts like a filtration. This is a cup, Bowman's cups. So whatever the entry blood along with some water molecule, whatever it is entering, it acts like a filtration. After this filtration, water molecules, everything will be flowed down. That is direction of the flow of glomerulus filtrate. What are the things present here? Water, urea, salt, glucose and solutes, some solutes. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ water ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ blood flow ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
Okay.
Why it is created, high pressure is created in the glomerulus capsule because afferent arteriole has a wide in shape, whereas efferent arteriole it is narrower shape. So that is important for give reason question. Got it now? Diagrammatic sketch of one Malpighian capsule, that is Bowman's capsule and glomerulus. Now Bowman's capsule and glomerulus. Malpighian.
Okay.
Okay. This is ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಯಾವುದಿಲ್ಲಿ glomerulus, which is present in the Bowman's capsule. Okay. Now moving to reabsorption. The glomerular filtrate entering the renal tubule is not a urine. Means what they are telling, whatever the water is coming out from the glomerulus capsule, it was not exactly urine. Then what it is? It is extremely dilute solution of containing lot of useful materials including glucose and some salts such as sodium. So this glucose is helpful for, glucose is a carbohydrate, it is needed for us, for a human body, and sodium especially for the exchanging of the ion, especially for the heart.
Okay.
Okay, blood flow work, inside outside flow work, sodium, that is Na plus ion is helpful. So as the filtrate passes down the tubule, that is glomerulus tubule, much of the water is reabsorbed together with the useful substances. Again it will reabsorb, in flow ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, again it will reabsorb, but their reabsorption is only to the extent that the normal concentration of the blood is not disturbed. This is called selective absorption. ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಕು ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ, ಈಗ ಈ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ಗ್ಲಾಮರಲ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ನೋ, ಸೊ ಎನಿಹೌ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್, but although some content, useful content will be there. What are the useful content? The glucose and also one more the sodium ion. Okay, the two things are there. ಅದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ the whatever the things is needed to the body, it will get reabsorbed again.
Okay.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ reabsorb ಯಾವ್ದು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ
Glucose and sodium.
should remember. ಅಂದ್ರೆ the blood is not this reabsorption, this concentration of the blood is not disturbed. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರಬೇಕು, ದ ಬ್ಲಡ್ pH is 7.4 ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅದು ವೇರಿ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಅದು ವೇರಿ ಆದರೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಬಿಸಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಬಿಸಿ ಆಗೋದು, ಬಾಡಿ ಕೂಲ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್. ಸೊ that blood should not get disturbed. Only selective absorption, the body knows whatever the important wanted things are there, it will get reabsorbed. Okay. Now what is tubular secretion? Third point is tubular secretion. Certain substances like potassium, that is K plus ion, in the normal course, and a large number of foreign chemicals including drugs like penicillin are passed into the forming urine in the distal convoluted tubule. Where distal convoluted tubule?
Farther from
This
the
is
glomerulus.
this is second convoluted tubule, correct? So it will be passed forming urine in the distal convoluted tubule. This passage involves the activity of the cells of the tubular wall and hence it is called tubular secretion. Should remember, mainly tubular secretion. Tube secrete ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಏನು secrete ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Like potassium. And also the large number of foreign chemicals including the drug, like for example penicillin. Penicillin is an antibiotic, correct?
Okay.
So penicillin is an antibiotic that are passed into the forming urine in the distal convoluted tubule. This passage involves the activity of the cells to the tubular wall for the tubular secretion, for tube secretion. That means you have to remember glucose, sodium and potassium ion. What are the required things for our human body? Now what is urine? Exactly. What is the definition of the urine? The filtrate left after reabsorption and tubular secretion is called urine.
Okay.
Urine andre whatever the glomerular filtrate is doing the filtration, that is not the urine. After filtration, reabsorption will take place. After reabsorption, tubular secretion will take place. ಈ process ಎಲ್ಲ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಬರೋದು ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಯೂರಿನ್. Okay. The filtrate left after reabsorption and tubular secretion is called urine. Now again for 2 marks it is important, afferent arteriole and efferent arteriole. You know that already what is afferent and what is efferent, and this activity is also important. What is afferent arteriole? It is a blood vessel that enters into Bowman's capsule. This is entry part. Correct? It is a blood vessel that leaves from the Bowman's capsule. That is efferent. I already told you that is afferent. A means
Entering.
E means exit. So this afferent arteriole, it carries blood to the glomerulus of the nephron. It is there. Nephron diagram is there. Nephron is not there. Okay. Nephron is a fundamental unit of kidney.
Okay.
Okay. It is a fundamental unit of a kidney is nephron. So it has a larger diameter, means in the length, and it is a branch of renal artery, and so it carries a blood containing more water and nitrogenous waste. Just you read once, you will get to know. So this efferent means exit part, and it takes blood away from the glomerulus. It has the diameter is means very less, very thin, and it was a narrow. Efferent arteriole joined to form renal vein, and so they carry filtered blood back to the circulation containing less water and nitrogenous waste. This is more water and nitrogen waste. This is less water and nitrogenous waste.
Okay.
You should remember this entry part, the exit part. This is a glomerule of nephron, and where it is going, this is going. This is entering into a glomerulus capsule. This is coming away from the glomerulus capsule. This is diameter is huge, and this is very less. This is narrow. This is a wide one. And here the more water and nitrogen waste is produced, and here less water and nitrogen waste is produced.
Okay.
Now what is the steps in the urine formation? Whole thing they have given what we are taught for the whole 2 pages. It was in the column, step column. What is this? First one, part of the renal tubule. First is glomerulus. What is the function of the glomerulus? It is ultrafiltration. Main thing, filtration. Not only filtration, ultrafiltration. Second one, Bowman's capsule. It is receives glomerular filtrate. ಕಪ್ಪಿದು ಅದು ಗ್ಲಾಮರುಲಸ್ ಏನು ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದೇನು ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. It acts like a cup. Next, proximal convoluted tubule. What is the function of this? It reabsorbs most water. That means 2/3 of the water is absorbed by the proximal convoluted tubule, and much of the glucose and the sodium and the chloride, and that is sodium chloride is needed for us body. Then loop of Henle, what it helpful? Again, reabsorption of water and the sodium ion. Whatever you have written, just include these functions.
Okay.
For each and everything, just you add up. No need to write as it is in the textbook, whatever it is there. No need of writing also. But distal convoluted tubule, this is a reabsorption of the remaining chloride and some water, and walls secrete potassium and foreign chemicals, whatever it is there, drug, penicillin. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓವರಾಲ್ 2 pages ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. Okay, other drugs forming the urine tubular secretion. All these steps involved in the urine production require energy. Hence, the oxygen demand of the kidney is 6 to 7 times higher than what is required by the muscles. That means for everything, for the kidney, especially for the kidney, for its functioning, it requires energy. So it requires energy means what? It needs supply of oxygen. 6 to 7 times oxygen is needed for the kidney functioning. So for that, it will demand the oxygen to the kidney 6 to 7 times higher than what is required by the muscles. Okay. Now urine excretion. Now we are doing the micturition, that is passing of the urine. How? The final urine passes into a collecting ducts into the pelvis and through the ureter and then to the urinary bladder and the ureter peristalsis, that is the waves of the construction of the ureter, and due to the gravity. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇಷ್ಟೇ, ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. Then this urine will pass through the ureter, then will come to the urinary bladder, then finally to the urethra. First is sphincter, ಅದು emergency ಇದ್ದಾಗ it will on. Okay. Urine is expelled from the urinary bladder through urethra and directly, see, okay, just I can't say. This is the males and directly in the females. By relaxation of the sphincter muscles located at the opening of the urinary bladder into the urethra under impulse from the nervous system. Such a process is called micturition or passing of the urine. Now, physical properties of the urine. Okay. First one is color, then volume, then pH, then odor, then specific gravity. What is the color? It was yellow, that is clear yellow. Whenever we will take a drug like a medicines, whenever we will take a tablet, capsule or it was fully completely yellow. Have you observed? So but when we are not taking a medicine, when we are healthy, so during that time it was clear yellow, pale yellow color. Due to the pigment called urochrome. Why the urine is yellow color? Because of the presence of pigment. That is, pigment is called urochrome. Again, it was not in the CBSE. This point. Color varies with the diet. Okay, means which food you are intaking. Next one is volume. That means how much per day, how much liter we are, means we are how much we are releasing. Okay, that is 1 to 1.5 per day, but it varies. If you drink more water, you will pass the urine more. If you drink less water, again some defects, infections will take place. So you have to drink water more. Next, what is the pH? I told 5. It was in a textbook they have given 5 to 8, but exactly it was 7.4.
7.4
Blood,
blood.
blood. Okay, urine ಬಂದು pH is 6.
6. Okay.
Okay. What is the pH of this one? Urine is 6. That means slightly acidic. Correct. Blood is neutral, near to slightly basic.
Alkaline.
Alkaline. This one the urine one
Acidic.
slightly acidic. 6 below 7 is there. So it was 6. So protein diet makes it more acidic, while vegetable diet makes it alkaline. So ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ನಮ್ಮ it depends upon the food habit. ನಾವು ತುಂಬ ಏನು ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಡಯಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ವೆಜ್, ಸೊ ನಾಟ್ ವೆಜ್, ನಾನ್ ವೆಜ್, ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಡಯಟ್ ತುಂಬ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಯೂರಿನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಸಿಡಿಕ್. ಸೊ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ವೆಜ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಕಲೈನ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಓಡರ್? ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ a smell of urine becomes strong, ammonia like due to the bacterial activity, otherwise faint smell ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್, ಯೂರಿನ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್. ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸಪೋಸ್ ಒಂದು ಬಾತ್ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾತ್ರೂಮ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೂಮ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿ? ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿ 1.003 to 1.0. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಯೂರಿನ್? ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಯೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ? ದ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಯೂರಿನ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 95% ಆಫ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್, ಓನ್ಲಿ 5% ಆಫ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಟು ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಇಟ್. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್, 95% ವಾಟರ್, 5% ಮಾತ್ರ ಲೈಕ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. The percentage of the solid waste may slightly vary according to the food taken and according to the time after taking a food, but usually these are approximately in grams per liter of the urine behaves as follows. What are the constituents? Organic or inorganic? Urea 2.3 gram per liter. Creatinine, all these present in the urine. Creatinine 1.5 gram per liter. Uric acid 0.7 gram per liter and others 2.6 gram per liter. In inorganic, sodium chloride 9.0, that is 9 gram per liter. Potassium chloride 2.5 gram per liter. Ammonia 0.6 gram per liter and others 2.5 gram per liter.
ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಸ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅಮೋನಿಯಾ, potassium chloride, okay, very good. Sodium chloride, this base andre we have, chloride is a base,
Sodium is salt.
Chloride is an acid, sodium is a base.
Yeah.
Here chloride is an acid, chlorine is an acid, and this potassium is a base. This ammonia, again the formula is NH3. Correct. So others, that means you have to remember organic and inorganic might give in MCQ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು.
Okay.
Inorganic, organic. Besides the normal constituents, the urine may pass out certain hormones and also certain medicines like antibiotics and excess vitamins. Whatever we will intake of the medicines, so it will release that everything in terms of urine. Abnormal constituents in the urine. What is this abnormal constituents in the urine? ಏನೇನು ಇರಬಾರ್ದು? That means in the blood, known as hematuria. All the done. Next, go for next. Sir will come and correct it. Without saying you are doing. Abnormal constituents in the urine, blood, known as hematuria. Hem means a blood. Okay. In this condition, blood passes with the urine due to some infection in urinary tract, kidney stones or tumor. Andre, like in the passage of the urine, few things collecting of the blood pass ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಇದು ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಗಳು, ಏನು ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಕಿಡ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಆಕ್ಸಲೇಟ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್.
For kidney
ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಗೆ
Okay.
ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಆಕ್ಸಲೇಟ್. Okay, calcium oxalate for the kidney stone. Okay, So that means in by the passing of the urine while passing, so not only the water, sometimes you will get some blood also. Correct. Then is few things, kidney stones. Whoever have the problem, not the all the healthy body, and some tumor also. The stone, the big stone. Nothing but next is in the blood. Okay, blood will also flow. Next is glucose. In a condition called glycosuria, that means excess glucose passes with the urine due to diabetes mellitus, that is sugar diabetes. So
Okay.
whoever who are sugar patients like diabetes mellitus, so that is hyperdiabetes and hypodiabetes. Okay, it is hyper mellitus, hypomelatus. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಶುಗರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟು ಇದೆ, ಲೆಸ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋದು ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಸೂರಿಯಾ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಮಾಟೋರಿಯಾ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಯೂರಿನ್. Glycosuria means more
More
glucose
sugar
content.
content.
Glucose content nothing but a sugar. It is a sugar. So it will pass through the urine. That is called glucosuria, because especially the diabetic patient. Next is albumin. This is highly occur in baby, small babies, like female body with below 8 years.
Okay.
Due to high blood pressure or due to increased permeability of the Bowman's capsule membrane on the account of bacterial infection, albumin protein may be passed out via urine. This condition is called albinuria. Albumin, you know that already. For example, if I take an egg, you know that albumin and yolk content. Correct. Albumin is completely a protein. Correct. So that protein means, just I said example. In this also, in our body also, due to the high blood pressure, whenever we will take tension, there will be a more BP. That is more blood pressure will be more. Correct, the blood pressure due to increased permeability of the Bowman's capsule membrane on account of bacterial infection. Albumin is a protein. That protein is passed out through the urine. That is called albinuria.
Okay.
Next is bile pigment. You know already the first initial topic we already read, bile. Bile pigment, where it is present?
Bile
In the
pigment
liver.
in the
Do you
liver.
remember? Do you remember? So due to the anemia, that means less blood content, and hepatitis, that is completely jaundice. Okay, hepatitis A, B, C, there will be three were there. So hepatitis, that is jaundice, or liver cirrhosis, or urine may contain bile pigments also. Okay. So this is about the constituents of the urine. Now regulation of the urine output. Next period, Alva. What's the time? What's the time? Bones?
It's 7:40.
Now coming to regulation of the urine output. That means how we can regulate the urine. Can we regulate? Yes, we can regulate. The pituitary gland, it is called master gland, and diuresis, that is increased production of the urine. Concentration of the urine by water reabsorption is controlled by anti-diuretic hormone called ADH, which is secreted by posterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Very important. See, this pituitary gland is present below the brain part. Okay, master gland. Brain ಇರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯೂರಿನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್. That means we can control, we can regulate the urine. How? By the pituitary gland and diuresis. Diuresis means, so this increases the production of the urine. Concentration of the urine by water reabsorption. How we can control it? By anti-diuretic hormone. There will be a hormone. That hormone is anti-diuretic hormone. That is called ADH. Where it is secreted? This is secreted in the pituitary gland. That too in the posterior lobe. If there is an anterior and posterior lobe will be there in that part. So you should remember this ADH is secreted by the pituitary gland. This ADH, that is anti-diuretic hormone secretion, is reduced. There is an increased production of the urine. So ಈ ADH secretion ಕಡಿಮೆ production ಆದರೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ secretion ಆದರೆ urine pass ಮಾಡೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ.
Okay.
So this is called diuresis. What do you mean by diuresis? The ADH secretion is reduced. There is an increased production of the urine. This is called diuresis. The substances that increase the formation of the urine are called diuretics. Example, liquid, diet, tea, coffee, alcohol. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯೂರಿನ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ವಾಟರ್, either tea, like beverages we will take, correct? Tea, coffee, alcohol. This is also water content. Now what is this gout at the kidney stone? Uric acid is relatively less soluble in water and may crystallize and get deposited in the joints causing gout. Excessive uric acid and certain salts like calcium oxalate, whatever written there, may causes a source of kidney stones. Very important for your exam. Okay, when the kidney are not working fully normally, okay, there will be a production of what calcium oxalate, and that too it is a salt. Okay, certain salt will be produced, more salt will be produced, excess of salt will be produced in the uric acid, so it will turns into a kidney stone. What is this osmoregulation? The last topic. What is osmoregulation? Already you know the osmosis, osmotic pressure. What is osmosis?
The movement of molecules from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane.
That is correct. That is osmosis. That means the kidney, while removing waste like urea from the blood, also regulates its composition. Okay. Kidney, it will remove urea. That means it will do filtration. That's like a filtration, correct? From the blood, it regulates the composition. What are the composition? The percentage of water and a salt. This function is called osmoregulation. Might be for 2 marks question it is. Okay. What is osmoregulation? Who is doing? The kidney. Kidney will remove the waste like urea from the blood, and it regulates the composition of water and the salt as well. So this is called osmoregulation. It implies the regulation of osmotic pressure in the body. Water balance in the human body, let's see later. Drinking enough water directly or through food helps the kidney in their proper working. ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿತೀವೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಿಂಗ್ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗತ್ತೆ. So in tropical climates, you know the tropical, that is if you take a globe 23.5 degree north and 23 degree south, that is tropics means Tropic of Cancer or Tropic of Capricorn together. So in the tropical climate, as in our own country, that means in our own country means with respect to India, that is Tropic of Cancer. That means especially our India, our country is in the northern hemisphere, correct, of the earth. If you take consider the whole earth, the globe, it was in the northern hemisphere. That too, they are talking about the tropic climates means 23.5 degrees Celsius. That is not Celsius, 23.5 degree. That means 23.5 Tropic of Cancer. Totally it will pass through how many states? 8 states. Can you name them? Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. Totally through the 8 state Tropic of Cancer will form, means it will pass. So this Tropic of Cancer, they are talking about in the tropical climate, as in our own country we drink lot of water during summer, and our regional iroru even we will also drink in the tropic climates. Why they will? Because yet we urinate fewer times in summer than in the winter, and the urine passed is generally thicker. That means in summer we will pass the urine very few, they are telling. Yet we urinate fewer times in summer than in the winter, and the urine passage is generally thicker. What is the reason? Actually in summer ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್, ಯೂರಿನೇಟ್ ಫಿಯರ್, ತುಂಬ ಕಡಿಮೆ ನಾವು ಯೂರಿನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ,
ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ವಿ ಲೂಸ್ ಅ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರಬಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಥ್ರೂ perspiration, and the kidney have to reabsorb more water from the glomerular filtrate, making it more concentrated. What is perspiration?
ಅಬ್ಸರ್ಬಿಂಗ್. ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ವೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗಿಗೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್.
Correct. That means what you said, it is right. So the body needs more water, so absorption ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ urinate pass ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಡಿಮೆ. Correct. So in cholera, this is a disease. In cholera patients suffer from vomiting and watery bowels. Watery bowels means whenever they will sit in the bathroom, full what we will use the word? Loose motion. So what is one more word we will use? Diarrhea. Okay, that is called watery bowel. Okay, means cholera patients, they will suffering from either vomiting or through watery bowel. Their intestines are unable to absorb water. ಯಾಕೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನೀರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ cholera patients ಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ, the intestine can't be absorb more water into the blood. This results that kidney reabsorbs almost all the water from the glomerular filtrate, so in the renal tubules and with it even in urea. Ultimately they may die due to poisoning by the accumulation. ಎಲ್ಲ ವಾಟರ್ ಕಿಡ್ನಿನೇ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಡ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ whatever we are eating the food, it has to absorb by the intestine, but that too by the water. ವಾಟರ್ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ there will be in the small intestine, there will be a will like finger like projections will be there, everything it will be helpful for the reabsorption and the absorption. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟೆಸ್ಟೈನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಕಿಡ್ನಿಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಾಡಿ ಪೇಷಂಟ್, ಸೊ ಬಾಡಿ ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಮೇ ಡೈ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಪಾಯ್ಸನಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ದ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಇನ್ ದೇರ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ 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 ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಯೂರಿಯಾ.
Okay.
So the person may die. So the immediate treatment is to be replenish water in the body like glucose, saline drip. So usually glucose ಹಾಕ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, what is that? That's what ಉಪ್ಪು ನೀರು, that is a saline water.
Okay.
It was needed to the body, giving or oral rehydration solution, that is ORS, correct? Oral rehydration solution through the mouth, either drip ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದಾಗಲೇ ನಮಗೆ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಸಲೈನ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಉಪ್ಪು ನೀರು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ORS ಕುಡಿಯೋದು, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓರಲ್ rehydration solution. So this is with respect to osmoregulation. Finally, the last small topic is artificial kidney. So whenever kidney will be damaged, there will be a posting of this artificial kidney. How? Let's see. If one kidney is damaged or removed from some reason, for some reason, the other kidney is alone is sufficient for the excretory needs, and that person can lead a normal life. We have two kidneys, correct? Even though one is not working, with one we can survive our life. But the thing is, but failure of both the kidney would lead to death. So ಎರಡು ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ at least ಒಂದಾದ್ರೂ ಇರಬೇಕು, because for the filtration of the blood, ವಾಟರ್ ಯೂರಿನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾರು ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಮೇ ಡೈ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಫ್ ಟೂ ಕಿಡ್ನೀಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ failed, what they will do? They will put artificial kidney, that is called dialysis. Okay, by using the instrument called dialysis machine. The patient's blood is led from the radial artery and his or her arm through the machine, where the urea and the excess salts are removed from the purified blood is returned to the vein and the same arm. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಷಿನ್ ಹತ್ರ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಟೂ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಪೇನ್ಫುಲ್. ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಡಯಾಲಿಸಿಸು, ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ 1 ವೀಕ್ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ, ದಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರೇ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ,
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚುಚ್ಚಿದ್ರೆ ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಚುಚ್ತಾರೆ.
ಅದೇ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ವೇನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ, ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಕಿಡ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ರಿಮೂವ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಸೊ ಹೌ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಮೂವ್? ಅಗೇನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಆರ್ಮಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ರೇಡಿಯಲ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿಯಿಂದ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿಯಿಂದ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಪಾಸ್, ಅಗೇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಯೂರಿಯಾ, ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇ, ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪೈಪ್. ಎರಡು ಪೈಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಆಚೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So the blood is returned into the vein and in the same arm. So in case of permanent damage to the kidney, dialysis is to be repeated for about 12 hours twice a week. So ಒಂದು ವಾರಕ್ಕೆ 2 ಸತಿ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ. The overall summary of the excretion they have given chart here, just you read it now. Carbon dioxide excretory organ, lungs, correct? How will excrete? Minerals or nitrogen waste product like main urea, creatinine and uric acid, this is kidney as a constituent of urine. Skin as a sweat glands, everything. Okay, water like in kidney, skin and lungs. In the kidney, excess water excreted out as a main constituent of urine. In skin, water lost as a main constituent of sweat. And lungs, water lost as a water vapor in the expired air. Bile pigment, that is, you know that it is constituted in the liver. Though in intestine, while bile juice poured into a duodenum. Okay. Can you answer it? The process of removal of unwanted metabolic waste from the body is called what? Excretion. The organ that does not belong to the excretory system, urethra,
Uterus.
Urethra, ureter and urinary bladder are the parts belonging to the excretory system. The structure and functional unit of kidney,
Nephron.
Okay, structural and functional unit of kidney is nephron. Which of the following is not an example of secretion?
Gastric juice, saliva, milk.
The nephron discharge the urine at
Discharge the urinary bladder. An organ that produces urea.
the organ that produce urea, liver. Kidney,
ಲಿವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ನೀವು ಕಿಡ್ನಿಗೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸಾರಿ
take kidney. The main nitrogenous waste formed in the human body.
ಮೇನ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್
First,
ಯೂರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್.
ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನಸ್
Uric acid.
ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದಮ್ಮ ವೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅರ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್? ವೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್
ಯೂರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್.
ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್? ಯೂರಿಯಾ, ಅಮೋನಿಯಾ, ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯೂರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್.
ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ.
Ammonia, urea and uric acid. The main nitrogen waste formed in the human body.
ಯೂರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್.
All three also same.
ಮೇನ್ ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಕ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ
All three also same. You will see exactly. Yeah? The condition in which excess glucose passes with the urine is termed as
ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಸೂರಿಯಾ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ
glycosuria. The accumulation of high quantities of urea in the human body is termed as
ಡ್ಯೂರೋಸಿಸ್.
diuresis.
ಡೈಯೂರೇಸಿಸ್.
The process of tubular secretion occurs in tubular secretion.
ಟ್ಯೂಬುಲರ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೇಷನ್ ಎರಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಲ್ಲ, PCT, DCT.
PCT ಅಲ್ಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಟ್ಯೂಬ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸೆಕ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಾ?
PCT ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಸಿ.
DDT ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ?
DCT.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ DDT. ಯು ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ DDT?
DDT ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕೇಳಿ, ಫುಲ್ ಓದಿದೆ.
ಫುಲ್ ಓದಿದೆ.
ಹಿಂದೆ
ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್.
Excuse me.
So which blood group is called universal donor?
ನಮ್ದೆ.
You are so
O positive.
Which blood group is called universal recipient or universal
AB.
acceptor? AB.
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗಿವ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಇದೆ. ಇವಾಗ O ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಆಗಿ O ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮದರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಹೊಸ
That
ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್
is related with RH factor.
ಅದಿತ್ತು. ಅದನ್ನು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾವು ರಿವೈಸ್.
What is sigmomonometer?
It is the device used to measure the blood pressure.
What is the normal blood pressure for adults?
72 heartbeat. 180 to
180. 180 ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೈ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ.
ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ 150 to 145, 160.
Actually in your book it is not given properly.
110.
Actually it was 120/80. Okay, so this 120 is systolic and this 80 is diastolic. In your book they have given an average. Exactly it was this 120/80.
ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಕೂಡ 100 and 140. 140
ಅಂದ್ರೆ 100 ಇಂದ 80 ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, this 120 is systolic and 80 is diastolic. Okay, so 80 ಗಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆನೂ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್, that is BP ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. Low BP is very dangerous compared to high BP. High BP we can reduce it. Low BP ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ. So above 120 it is high BP. Okay. High BP is called hypertension. Correct. What do you mean by RBC?
RBC, red blood cells.
Diagrams are very good in our textbook.
ಈ ಸೈನೋವೇಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂಚೂರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? SAN and AVN. ಇದು ಪೇಸ್ ಮೇಕರಲ್ಲಿ.
The impulse or command which starts the heartbeat arises the pacemaker. So the madam tomorrow we will finish up this, then we will move to, because already some time more. Oh, everybody there.
ಇಬ್ರು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Hi. Everybody, you are watching the video. Have you learned related to excretory system?
వెంట.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ వాచింగ్.